Hello and welcome. If you're new here, I'm Stephanie, and if you're not new here, then hey, welcome again. Welcome everybody, it's fine. So today I have a story about like just some creepy guy, okay? So a little backstory on this. I used to go to this church, and like my parents would host like the Bible studies at our house sometimes. And so like this particular time, like this guy came, and this was probably 2 years ago, because I still kind of went to that church, but not really. It was like this whole thing. So it was like 2 years ago, and he's there, and I'm there obviously because it's at my house. And like he texted my friend like a week later and is like, hey, who is that girl at Bible study? And my friend's like, who? He's like, you know, like the redhead, like whatever. Like she's like, oh, Stephanie? He's like, oh yeah, Stephanie, yeah, like give me her number. And she's like, oh, I don't know, like let me ask her. And I remember her asking me. I don't remember if I said yes or if like somehow he already had my number, if I was just like, whatever, screw it, like I'll just mess with him, this will be funny. But either way, like he got my number somehow, and he texted me that night, and he's like, hey, like you're cute, do you want to go out? And I was like, no thanks, like I'm really not about it. Like I think I was interested in someone else at the time, so I was just like, no. Not in a mean way, I just really like, I really don't want to, like I'm not interested in you, like I've seen you around, like you're, I don't know, he didn't give me good vibes, so I was just like, nah. So then that's like the last I heard from him out of a while. Learn how to talk. That's the last that I heard from him in a while. But then like it was probably like a month or two ago. Yeah, because it was right around my birthday, so like 2 months ago. I get this call. He's like, hey, it's him. Let's just say, let's just call him a creep, because that's honestly what he is. Hey, it's creep. Like, is this Stephanie? And I'm like, yeah, like, what do you want? And he's like, oh, I just like was going through my contacts, like I got a new phone and like wanted to make sure everybody had my number. And I'm like, okay, like cool, I don't know why you're talking to me, I haven't talked to you in 2 years, but like good that like now I have your new number, like that's great. So I told him I'd save it. I didn't, but I told him that I would, which is kind of mean. I didn't save it because I knew I had no reason for it or no need for it. So I was like, I'm not saving this number, like it's just gonna be a waste of space in my phone. Like, so I was like, whatever, I'm just gonna delete it. So then like a couple weeks after that, I get this text message. He's like, hey, and I was like, oh hey, who is this? And he said, oh, it's Alfonso, which is like my actual friend, like Alfonso, my real friend. And I was like, oh, that's weird, like you never texted me before, like I don't even have your number, like what's up, like what's going on? And he's like, oh, nothing, like I was just going through my contacts and wanted everybody to have my new number and stuff. And I was like, oh, that's weird, like I didn't even know you had my number, like all this stuff. Like we usually only talk on Snapchat, so I was like, that's weird, like that you're texting me, especially since he had a girlfriend. I mean, he still has a girlfriend. And I was just like, why are you texting me, like that's weird. So then he starts asking me like these personal questions, like they're creepy, like when's the last time like you were with someone, like how often do you go out and like be with guys and stuff. And I'm just like, why are you asking me this? Like, first of all, you have a girlfriend, like this is weird, like we're not on this level. Like when we talk, it's basically like, hey, how's your day? Not like this weird like creepy stuff that this guy was asking. I was like, oh my gosh, wait, like are you sure this is Alfonso? And he's like, yeah, why? And I was like, I don't know, I just had this like crazy weird feeling that like you're creep, like pretending to be Alfonso, like asking me these weird questions. And he goes, no, creep would never ever do that. Like if he really wanted to know these questions, he would say it was him. So at this point I'm like, okay, this has to be Alfonso, but it's still weird that he's asking me these things. So I was just like, all right, whatever, like I guess it's fine. I wasn't answering the questions, like I did answer a couple, but like the other ones I was like, I'm not answering, like I'm not even talking about this, like this is weird, why are we talking about this? So and he's like, hey, like send me a picture of your tits. And I was just like, huh? And I said, ask your girlfriend. And he's like, no, like, come on, like, wow, like, come on, just please. And I was like, no. I was like, why are you asking me this? You've never in your life asked me this. Like, I don't even understand what's happening. Like, are you like delusional? So then I was like, this has to be that guy that like called me and said, like, I'm looking through my contacts and like whatever, like to have my number. So I go back to my recent phone calls looking for this number and I can't find it because it was a while ago, so I didn't have the phone number anymore. So I was like, okay, it can't be him. Like, I don't even have the phone number in here. Like, whatever, it must be Alfonso. So then he asks again for pictures. So I was like Snapchat me so that I could see that was actual him, because we only ever Snapchat, like we never text. So he's like stalling. He's like, I don't have your name, like I don't know your whatever. I'm like, you're literally my friend on there, just add me and like just Snapchat me. And he's like, all right. So then Alfonso Snapchats me. So I'm thinking, oh my gosh, this is actually Alfonso, like texting me. So I Snapchat him back and I say, are you texting me? And he's like, he didn't reply for an hour, like a solid hour. And he goes, no, why? And I was like, I lost it. Like, I was like, are you, I was like, I've been texting this guy for like 3 hours and he's saying that he's you. And he's asking me weird things, and like now I'm really uncomfortable because like, did you know about this? Like, did you say that this was okay to do? Like, did you give him my number? Like, stuff. He's like, creep just marched into my room and demanded I started Snapchatting you. So then I was like, well, great. I was like, well, that's creepy. That's literally so creepy. Like, that's just so wrong on so many levels. Like, I get it. Like, I've pretended to be people, but like, for comedic purposes, like when I'm with other people, not to be invading on people's like personal space. So I was just like, yeah, that's not okay. So I text him back and I go, I literally know this is you. Like, why are you pretending to be Alfonso? Like, that's so creepy. Like, that is legitimate. Like, you're crazy. And he's like, cause I'm a creep and like I got you. Like, good. I was like, you didn't get anything. I didn't even tell you anything. Like, if anything, you're the one that if you show people this, they're gonna be like, what the heck's wrong with you pretending to be someone else just to ask this girl like questions. Like, so I was just like, not okay. I was so mad and I was just like, whatever. I was like, leave me alone. Like, you're so annoying. Goodbye. Then I swear, like once a week from then, this was like, well, this was just last month, but or December. So it's been like 2 months basically. But ever since then, he texts me like once a week, hey, like, come over tonight, hey, let's hook up. And I literally go, no. Like, every time I go, why do you even like want it? Why? And it's just like, cause like I just want to. And I was like, I don't care what you want, like, you're disgusting, like, you freak me out, like, goodbye. So then the other day I was over at my friend's house and I was telling her this story. And she was like, you should mess with him. Like, you should legit, like, act like, go along with it and, like, whatever. And I was like, oh my gosh, that is so funny. Like, I honestly should. I was like, we were pretending we're like, yeah, we should lead him to, like, the pastor's house, lead him to, like, where my family is, and just set him up for, like, a problem. We didn't do that because we came to our senses. That would have been funny, though, like, showing up and, like, my pastor being like, are you kidding me? Like, what are you doing? And he'd be like, like, because he's, like, not to be mean, he's just like awkward. Like, he's just, this isn't like a mean story. Like, he's not like awfully unattractive. It's just the way he presented himself that made it like no, like, I'm sorry, but no. So I messed with him for a little bit. He's like, send me a picture, and I did like this thing where like I put my arm like this. I bet you can't even see. I don't know. Okay, it would look like this part right here, like just the crease. And he goes, I'm not dumb. That's your thumb. And I was like, whatever. I was like, I don't even care what you think. It was my elbow, but still, I was like, I don't even care. He sends me a picture literally from like this angle, like frowning. I'm just like, He's like, now send one of you. I sent him a picture of my Instagram picture. Like literally it was of me. Like not even a selfie. Like it was of me like sitting at my fireplace. Like not even. He's like, that's blurry. I was like, I literally don't care like what your preference is. Like at this point, just go. So then my friend was like, all right, just give him my husband's number. We're gonna mess with him. So I don't even know what they did. I bet they just stopped because like he texted them and her husband was just like, who is this? And he's like, it's creep. And he's just like, ew. So I don't even know if he like replied or whatever. But yeah, that was just, it was just too much for me. Like, I don't know. I'm just not about that, like, you pretending to be someone else to get something. Like, it's just like, just twisted. But anyway, that's my story for this time. I'll have more. I have actually a lot of stories that are kind of funny, but like, that one I just felt like I needed to say. Sorry, I like keep burping for some reason. I just felt like I needed to like say that one because it was just kind of like so creepy. I eventually blocked him. I do not block people because I think it's the meanest thing to ignore somebody and like not reply. But when it gets to that level of like, I've told you no so many times, like I don't even get why you're still trying. Like it's never gonna be a I'm bored so why not. Like it's never gonna get to that point. So I don't even know why he would even keep trying. Like honestly, it's just like, come on, like move on, like go to someone else, like get a Tinder. Like it's not that hard, just like do something. So I just blocked him. So anyway, I'm going now. I need to really figure out like an intro because like this like whole like, I feel like it's not good. I feel like it's kind of like dumb. So I'm just gonna be like, thanks for watching, like tune in again next week, like as I talk about another creepy guy because like that's my life. But not really. Actually, only like 80-year-olds hit on me, which is kind of upsetting. Like other guys hit on me, but like, oh wait, it's either like 12-year-olds or like 80-year-olds, so it's kind of like I have no options. Yeah, so anyway, I'll see you next time. That's my life.